Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for being with us. We throughout the broadcasting, we try as best we can to not only bring you the news of the day, but also try to highlight small businesses and small business owners when we can. And it recently came to my attention that there is this great chocolate company in Bentonville called Markham and Fitz Chocolate. And Joe in the other room right now, he's like, chocolate. He says, I need some samples, is what Joe says. Okay. Anyway, we have Preston Stewart on the line, who is the owner of Markham and Fitz Chocolate. Preston, welcome to the program. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
It's great to talk to you, sir, and have you on. Matter of fact, what's your official title on the website? I was just looking at it. It's the best title I think ever.
It is co-founder and chief chocolate officer.
The chief chocolate officer from Markham and Fitz Chocolate out of Bentonville. So, Preston, let me just how did you get started in this business?
It's kind of a long story. We started making chocolate 6-ish years ago. A friend of mine who I lived with after college started a nonprofit that does economic development in war-torn countries. And one of the projects that they initiated was in Uganda, and they were meeting community members to maybe receive a flock of chickens as a donation to help kind of spur on some economic development and improve their nutrition in this region. And they met a cocoa farmer named Cosmos, and the guy had some cocoa beans left over from his harvest. And my friend and another guy on the trip saw the cocoa beans in his house and was like, hey, maybe this is an economic development opportunity. And so they bought his cocoa beans and kind of brought them back in a suitcase and tried to figure out how to make chocolate at home. You can buy small-scale equipment to do that. He let me try some of it, and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. I've kind of always been a foodie, and I studied biochemistry and Spanish in college, but food science is really a passion of mine, and so I was interested in why this chocolate was so much better than anything I'd had before. So I was like, hey, if you ever need a hand, let me know. And so kind of started helping them make chocolate, learned how to do it. We gave it to friends. They loved it. And then they're like, hey, maybe this is a business. And so we started our business back in 2014.
Wow. And so you guys continue that process, right? You're going, what countries are you getting? They're not chocolate beans. They're what are they? Where are you
cocoa
getting
beans?
Cocoa beans. So what countries are you harvesting these from, or sourcing these from?
We currently source from the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Nicaragua, Bolivia, and Colombia. So we work with some really great supply chain partners in those countries and have really drastically improved the quality of our chocolate over the years, and have really made our space in Bentonville a chocolate experience.
I mean, I saw the storefront. I mean, the website's great. We're showing the website right now to our online audience. Are there differences? I'm just curious between a Dominican bean and one from Colombia.
Oh yeah, just like coffee and wine, like the terroir, they say, where it's grown, soil, rainfall, sunlight, all that has a big impact on the final flavor, as well as some of the post-harvesting practices like fermentation and drying. But yeah, there's some for instance, Madagascar cocoa beans are known to have kind of a bright cherry note. Ecuador's typically kind of earthy and sometimes nutty. So yeah, there's some distinct flavor profiles from certain countries, but ultimately it's the chocolate maker's responsibility to kind of draw out those highlights of flavors and accentuate them through our roasting and refining processes.
That's great. So we're talking with Preston Stewart. He is the co-founder and chief chocolate officer of Markham and Fitz Chocolate. You can check it out, markhamandfitz.com. Now, as I was kind of saying in the intro, we like to highlight small business whenever we get the chance to, because we think they're the backbone. We think a lot of small businesses are just really underappreciated because, if it's not for you guys out there, taking risks, to start the business in the first place, the rest of us wouldn't be able to enjoy, your great chocolate or a lot of other things,
Right.
So, can you tell us, like, as the business side of things? Are there any are there any concerns, or are there any hardships? A lot of people sometimes they have this conception that if you own your business, it's somehow easy. It's not easy, is it?
No. Yeah, the first almost 3 years, my business partner and I, we didn't get paid. We had one employee and we paid her. But so yeah, the first couple of years in business was a struggle. One, because we didn't have much of a plan per se, but also we started with our own personal capital. We just kind of bootstrapped it. We were working other jobs full time, and so it was kind of a nights and weekends thing. And so there was just a lot of hard work and grind to kind of hone our skills, learn sales, learn HR type things, and eventually we kind of refined our business model and into what it is now, where we have a storefront and we make lots of desserts. So it just took a little bit of trial and error and focus to do that. If you think of it in terms of a business sense, like it's a pretty labor intensive process to make chocolate because we don't have a lot of automated equipment, and so labor is a big portion of our expenses. We have a really great team that we work with, and both in chocolate making, and we've got a great pastry chef, and we also have a bar, so we have a bar manager and some baristas / bartenders. So we've got a sizable crew for the small storefront that we have.
That's great. So you've seen it grow, your story. I think there's probably a lot of business owners out there that are like, yep, that's exactly me. First couple of years it was really, really hard, a lot of nights, a lot of weekends. So like right now, Preston, there's somebody listening to the show right now, and they have a full-time job working for somebody else, but they've got an idea. What do you have any advice for them? Like if they're driving right now, like what would be like? They're thinking about going out on their own. They're thinking about jumping. What advice do you have for them?
I would say seek counsel with other entrepreneurs, like friends that are small business owners of their own. One thing that we did that was really helpful, we met with the Startup Junkie people. They're in Fayetteville. They help small businesses kind of take the next step. And so they can either help you flesh out your concept into something legitimate, or take your fledgling business and give you some connections and plans and those kinds of things to help you grow. It's a free service, so I would definitely recommend them. I think there's another one in Central Arkansas called Conductor. So,
yeah, I think that's great advice. And there are services like that.
The Small Business Administration, SBA. Those guys have some assistance as well.
So, okay, that's fantastic. Well, first of all, Preston, it's been great to meet you. Again, it's Markham and Fitz Chocolate. Last question, okay? One product, we got people who have seen the website. They can go to the website. They can order online. If you could make them try or give them something, like what's the one thing they should buy that you guys make?
If you're coming into the chocolate shop, our best-selling item is our brown sugar bourbon chocolate chip cookie.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Okay.
This Saturday is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, so we're making many in preparation for that. If you want to get some chocolate, if you're not in the area and you want it shipped to you, to me, our 70% dark chocolate from the Dominican Republic is a really great pure chocolate. If you're a little bit more of a sweets fan, Sea Salt and Almonds are best-selling chocolate bar. So there's a couple chocolate bar recommendations.
So Sea Salt and Almonds, okay. And I love dark chocolate. Like, it's weird the older I get, and I think that's like a lot of people. The dark chocolate is
your palate matures.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna get one. Preston Stewart, We appreciate it, sir. Best of luck to you. I hope you continue to succeed in this great business in Bentonville, Arkansas, and I hope people, buy from all across the world. And it's been great talking to you, sir. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thanks for having me on.
All righty. Preston Stewart, everybody. Markham and Fitz Chocolate. The website, markhamandfitz.com.